Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Tori, and today I'm really excited to set up my 2026 bullet journal for reading. Last year I ended up using this really beautiful Raven 8x8 Archer and Olive bullet journal. And this year for 2026, I ended up going with something, I wanted something a little bit more ethereal, something a little bit brighter, softer, and more restful as kind of a theme for 2026. And I did love having the 8x8 journal. However, I did feel like it was a lot of space to fill, especially on the collage pages, and so I wanted to give myself a little bit smaller, more manageable journal for this year. So the theme that I've gone with for this year is going to be a little bit more ethereal, a little bit more nature-based, which you can see from some of the papers that I've been picking for this. Everything that I can link, I will link down in the description box if you see anything that you think looks awesome and you want to check it out for yourself. The links will be down in the description for you. But I have these really cool leaf stickers in a bunch of different styles. I found this absolutely gorgeous pet tape, sticker tape. The one thing I will say about this that I've already discovered is that this is the type of pet tape that I have to cut out each individual design, which takes a little bit more time, and I don't love that, but this was so beautiful, it was worth a little bit of extra effort. I also have a few marker colors ready to go if I need those. And as you can see, here are my pre-cut flowers from the pet tape. I also went through my washi tape box and pulled out a bunch of greens and blues and golds, because that kind of matches the color scheme that I want to go with for this, and I figure I will just grab whatever strikes my fancy as I am working on the journal. Another piece that I'm pulling from last year is we had an old copy of Lord of the Rings, old paperback copy of Lord of the Rings that was absolutely falling apart. It was an omnibus of all 3 books, and it was really not doing well. So I pulled a whole bunch of pages from it, and I am going to potentially be using those for this journal as well, because I really liked that from last year. I also have all of my headings and pieces that I want to stick into the journal already pre-printed on sticker paper and cut out, so those are all ready to go. So I think we're good. I've got my little book covers for my priority reads done, which you can go back and watch. I have an entire video about the 26 books that I want to read in 2026 and my priority series and all of that, so feel free to go back and watch if you want to. But this is officially the start of the 2026 journal. I'm very, very excited about this, you guys. I cannot wait to see what this looks like when I'm all done. I absolutely love this design so much. When I saw it on the Archer and Olive website, it just really kind of spoke to the general theme that I want to do this year, and yeah, I'm very, very excited about it. So let's start with the name page. And honestly, my approach to this is very laid back. We're gonna just try stuff and we're gonna see how it goes, and I'm just gonna kind of creatively play in here and see what works. Okay guys, I think I am mostly happy with this name page. I am already loving the green, the blues, the nature vibes. This is definitely what I was looking for from the tone of the journal this year. And honestly, I absolutely love these leaf stickers that I got. I have a bunch of different kinds of them, and I can already tell that these are going to be very useful in this journal. Now, one thing I didn't know when I started my journal last year that I'm definitely going to be doing this year is I'm actually going to be gluing these first 2 pages together. In my journal from last year, I didn't do that, and it actually separated the 2 pages, which is apparently something that's quite common if you don't do those 2 pages together. And I don't know how well you guys can see this, but there's actually a split in the journal from my 2025, unfortunately. But I put some bookbinding tape in here to hold it all together, and it's still, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it definitely doesn't look as pretty as it could. So we are going to hopefully avoid that problem for 2026. And we're gonna go ahead and actually just glue this page and the first dot grid page together to give it a little bit of a stronger, more seamless flip into the next spread. All right, our next spread is going to be the 2026 reading journal page, which I am also really excited about. This one, I am actually going to be doing a little bit more artistry myself. I get really nervous about doing my own lettering, and I wanted to challenge myself this year and see if I could do a spread that I really enjoyed. And I have kind of a vision for this. I want to put the 2026 reading journal in the middle and then fill in the frame around it with a bunch of leaves and flowers, and I think that's just going to look really pretty. I am so glad that I purchased all of these leafy stickers because I am such a sticker queen. I love stickers, especially as I've gotten into bullet journaling more and just finding fun ways to utilize them. And I had this spread kind of in my head before starting the journal, and I am so happy with how it turned out. So let's move on to the next pages. And this one's going to be kind of fun because this page over here is going to be my ratings page. And I have printed out the same little ratings chart that I used last year in my 2025 journal. And I decided to just go with the same one for this year. However, what I would like to do is make some kind of little pocket on this side of the page for it. So we'll see what we come up with. We'll see. I have some ideas for this, and I'm not sure I'm loving the leaves, you guys. I don't know if I want to do something different than the leaves right now, or if I want to make some kind of little kind of pocket down here. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm still kind of trying to figure out where I want this page to go. I am very much a use everything kind of person as long as I possibly can. So I have these two little pieces from one of the other spreads that were left aside, and I kind of like the idea of doing one of them as kind of an anchor point for the ratings. So let's just play around and see what we come up with. All right, you guys, we have our ratings page and our word of the year. I did the same exact thing as I did last year where I accidentally started filling in the 5th star on the 4-star rating, so I'm gonna have to go back and white that out. Creature of habit, I guess. And I love the little pocket that we have our word of 2026 in. We have restful, and that we can just slide that back into the pocket. And I am still loving the green, you guys. I don't know how you are feeling about all the green, but I love it, especially since it just started snowing today. So I am definitely in a green mood, already missing warmer weather. Let's move on to the next page. This one is going to be super fun to put together. This is my 2026 at a glance, which I really enjoyed utilizing last year. This was my spread for 2025 at a glance, and I absolutely loved how it turned out. But as you can see, I definitely had more space to fill in the 8x8 journal. So with this one, I still have a little bit of space on the sides to fill. However, I am also planning on doing some tabs along this side of the page for the next few pages. So I'm cutting down my space even a little bit more, which is completely okay. But I kind of want to do a similar thing. I might actually dip into some of my flower stickers now and do a little bit of a floral theme. I have these sunflower stickers, pet tape, that I really like, and I'd like to use these. So I think we're gonna go that direction because there's still a lot of green in these stickers, so I feel like it's gonna be a good segue from the previous spreads. And I have to do a lot of line gridding, so bear with me. All right, guys, I have finished mapping out the grid for the 2026 year at a glance page. I also went ahead and cut the tab side of the page so that that's ready. Now we can start putting in our decorations around the page. All right, guys, the 2026 at a glance is done. I absolutely love it. Look at the holographic design on these flower stickers. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I absolutely love this kind of design where you sort of cut the stickers to fit in between and underneath whatever you've drawn on the page. I just think that looks really, really cool and gives it a little bit of depth. So that is my 2026 at a glance page. The last thing to do on this page is to round the corner so that it matches. All right, guys, so I did finish 2026 at a glance, and we are going to move to the priority reads page, which is one of my favorite spreads in my bullet journal. I absolutely love it. And as you can see, I have already started putting it together. I did put a bunch of flowers down here and the title of the page, and I am currently going through and inking in all of the different spots for the priority reads. And then we will take the little stickers and we will put those in each spot. All right, guys, we have a completed priority reads page. This is always one of my favorite spreads to do during the year because I love having the visual of all of the covers and being able to check off when I have read them. And now we're going to flip to another kind of priority page on the next spread, which is going to be for the series tracker. So this is all series that I'd like to start, finish, continue, etc. in 2026. So I have another little stack of book covers to put in for this one, and I have already gone through and done all of the inking for the frames. Okay guys, I am done with the series tracker page. I feel amazing about how this turned out. I really love the center leaf portion up here. I really like that style. I kind of wanted to try it and see what I thought of it, and I absolutely love it. So now we are going to flip forward to the next page, which will be a bingo page for my Discord. We are doing a fun little bingo that I put together over the year of 2026. And then on this page, I will put in my book club reads for the year that I do with my husband and two of our friends from college. So that is our next two spreads. Let's get working on them. All right, guys, this spread is officially finished. I'm really thrilled with it. Let's move on to the next page, which is going to be Discord, read-alongs, and also buddy reads. This is something I did not utilize well enough last year, and so I wanted to give myself the opportunity to try again here in 2026. And I think I have a better idea of how I'm going to incorporate it. So let's get decorating. Hello everyone, day 2 of the bullet journal setup for 2026. Today we're going to start with this spread right here, and this is going to be my books hauled page. One of the things that I'm planning on doing for 2026 is really limiting my book buying habits so that I'm actually reading quite a few more books than I'm buying and bringing back in. I've been slowly working that back down for the last couple of years, and I'm at a point now where I'm really excited to see if I can manage a stricter book buying habit for next year. And what I did is I made myself 50 spots for book covers, and I made a little Dutch door flip page in the middle. So 50 spots. Once those are full, that is all of the books that I will be able to buy next year. So I am really excited to try this and give myself that limit, and I think it's going to make me a lot more picky about which books I'm bringing into the house. It's going to really keep me focused on reading my bookshelves and the books that I already have, and it's a fun way to incorporate it into my bullet journal at the same time. So let's decorate this and make it look awesome so that I am excited to come back and fill it out throughout the year. Alright guys, this is our finished haul page. 50 books, that's it for 2026. I'm really happy with this. I still absolutely love this kind of hanging vine style pet tape that I was able to find. Again, I'll link everything down in the description. But I absolutely love the way these look on the top of the pages. So let's move on to our next spread, which is going to be a super easy one. This is just a space for me to include TV shows and movies that I watch throughout the year. And this is just going to be some decoration on the edges, and I'll put the little covers or posters of the films and TV shows on the pages as I read them throughout the year. So this is the finished shows and series / movies spread. I wanted to keep this one intentionally pretty light and simple so that I have plenty of room to put the movie covers and spread out if I want to do some star ratings or anything like that. So I didn't want to fill the space too much, but I'm really happy with how this looks and I'm ready to move on to the next page. So this spread is another one that I really love doing every year. This is my book of the month spread, and I have already gone ahead and inked in these slightly larger frames for all of the books that will slowly fill in this page over the course of 2026. And I left a whole bunch of space down at the bottom so we can fill in and decorate. And that is book of the month spread done. Again, I love how simple these are. It's very restful, it's very uncluttered, and I'm absolutely loving that. We're going to flip now to the next spread, and this one is kind of a different one. It's not directly tied to reading, but I wanted to include it in this journal anyways. I have done this in the past in a different journal and I really enjoyed it, so I want to try and keep up with it again in 2026. I actually really want to keep track of how many days I write throughout the year, not necessarily a word count, but just how many days I write, because I kind of kept track this year in like my phone notes, but I really want to have a dedicated space to be able to do that. And I really liked this setup from when I did it a couple years ago, so we're going to try it again. And we have a finished Write Books tracking page. I forgot how much of a pain it is to fill in all of these boxes, but it'll be worth it because now I have a tracker to keep track of every day that I write in 2026, which I'm really looking forward to. I think that this is going to be a really practical spread for me, and I'm looking forward to utilizing it. That is the last setup page, you guys. One of the things I did want to mention a little bit about how I'm planning on running my bullet journal going forward is last year in my monthly spreads, I gave myself lots of room for the reviews, and I'm definitely not going to be doing this same layout for this coming year because I found that this much space for the reviews was way too much. I don't enjoy handwriting reviews as much as I had hoped, especially because my hands just cannot handle that level of or amount of writing in one sitting. And so I also do channel reviews. I also write reviews on Goodreads. And so doing them multiple times was just a little too much. I still want to give myself space to leave my thoughts for each book that I read throughout the year, but I will be definitely cutting down on how much space I leave myself for those reviews. So I definitely am learning some things as I do bullet journals every year, and as you might have noticed if you watched the one that I did my setup from last year, there were a few spreads that I didn't include in my 2026 bullet journal because I just didn't feel like I used them. They just didn't feel like they did anything for me, and I wanted to make sure that I kept myself to spreads that I would actually use for 2026. So let's do a quick flip through of the entire journal, and then we will be done setting up our 2026 bullet journal. All right, friends, that is my completed setup for the 2026 bullet journal. I will definitely keep you guys updated. Maybe about mid-year, I'll do another flip through to show you my progress. I do post pictures in my crafts and hobbies channel in my Discord. If you are a member of my Patreon, no pressure, just wanted to let you guys know that that is there if you want some extra content. And I really appreciate all of the support, encouragement, and all of the comments that you guys leave on these bullet journal videos, because I have an absolute blast doing these with you guys and sharing my process as I've been learning what I like about bullet journaling and kind of refining the spreads that make the most sense for me personally. Let me know down in the comments if there are spreads that you include in your bullet journal that I didn't. Let me know what your favorite spreads to use are for the year. Let me know how your bullet journaling is going, what theme you picked for the year. And if you just like watching bullet journal videos, let me know what kind of themes you like watching. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you like my content, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because I would love to have you stick around on my little corner of the internet. And all of my links are down in the description box below if you want to find me anywhere else. I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope you are reading some 5-star reads, and I will see you in the next video.